Hello, I am Steven, and today I'm here with Derek.
Hello, Stephen.
So here we have some questions for you, Derek. First is, as an engineer, what field of engineering do you do?
I am a civil engineer, which means I specialize in municipal engineering, which is a part of civil engineering. And that is the design of roads and streets and sewers and water lines and all those things that make a community operate that you don't see because the majority of it is all underground.
Okay. The second question is, for an engineer like you, what is the most important quality of a successful engineer?
Each profession has a code of ethics, which controls the way or mandates the way that you operate within society. And there are a number of things there that in the code of ethics that I think are important. One is honesty. And over the years, you have to be brutally honest because often you don't like telling people no. The second one is learn your subject, know it. If you get the opportunity to teach it, I haven't taught engineering, but I understand that if you teach a subject, you really get to know it because students are brighter than you are, and they'll turn around and ask the most awkward questions, which you have to answer. So know your subject. So honesty, know your subject. And then lastly, be flexible to the learning process because you'll never learn everything. You'll never be the perfect engineer or the perfect person. You take the opportunity to learn, and that stands you well.
You did make a mistake in engineering, and do you have to accept that mistake and you take full responsibility for the mistake? I'm not speaking for you, but is that the case for engineering?
You have a professional responsibility, and if you make a mistake, you say, yes, I've made a mistake, and accept the responsibility for it. Lawyers are very good at telling you that you're accountable. They're also there if you ever get into court, to try and explain why you're not accountable. So,
Okay. Moving on to a lighter note, having more than 50 plus years of experience in engineering, what are some of the most memorable projects or experience that you have?
one thing that's you learn is that there are an awful lot of people out there who are a lot smarter than you, and a number of them are contractors. My job, as I've seen it over the years, is to provide a solution to a problem. And it's a solution that I know will work. But there's always somebody there who potentially has a better solution. And those projects where a contractor comes and suggests a better solution I learn. Those projects are the ones that are where that's happened, and it's always generally small stuff, and how they do their job, and it's very good to be able to learn. A couple of other projects. There's ones where you've taken a little bit of risk, using the engineering knowledge that you have to introduce something that's new. I introduced the first project using roller compacted concrete into the city of Vancouver. And that was for a warehouse where the surface of the truck moving area had to be able to take a lot of wheel turning and a lot of stress from the loads for all the liquor that was coming in on the trucks. They were always heavy, and the best solution that I could see was roller compacted concrete, which was far better than asphalt as a surfacing, because it was able to take that wear and tear. So it was exciting. It was a new project. It worked, and that's the fun part of it. Is
Where is that warehouse?
it's now been redeveloped into housing, but it was down at Joyce and Nanaimo in Vancouver. Yeah, and we did that for a sluice box, which was protecting the low-lying lands up near Harrison Mills, and we came up with a flexible edging strip that sealed as the water rose. It sealed against the concrete to stop the water escaping. So that was another. It's little things that make it exciting. The other thing that's exciting is you driving throughout the community and the local communities, because we've operated throughout the Lower Mainland and a lot of British Columbia, and you see your projects. You see the ones that you've been involved with, and they bring back memories, and they're kind of good memories because people have been using what you've designed, and also the design has worked. You haven't made a mistake, which is always nice.
Nice. And for the last question, for all the young engineers out there, what would be your number one advice for them?
I think it reflects back on what I said before, is learn your subject, be flexible in accepting that there are other ideas out there, and be absolutely honest in how you deal with clients and people who you're submitting drawings to, and just be brutally honest. It sometimes is hard to do, but it's the best way. It'll stand you in good stead.
Nice. Yeah, that very inspiring for me at least.
But civil engineering, is it more of the grand scale, or is it like it's more grand than, let's say, electrical engineering? You have to go and do circuits and all that. Civil engineering.
It used to be the split in engineering used to be military engineering and civil engineering. So everything that wasn't military was civil. Then civil engineering broke down into all the smaller components as you needed to get more specialization, like structural and geotechnical and electrical and mechanical engineering, and civil engineering became what was left. And it pertains generally to municipal infrastructure and municipal type work that makes a municipality function properly. The civil engineering can be the design of the road system, like that very significant intersection off the Port Mann Bridge. And if you look at it whenever time I drive through it, I'm always amazed at the combination of the knowledge from the different types of engineers that went into that. The bridges are structural, the layout are highway engineers, the drainage, which is civil engineering, the geotechnical engineering, because it's a lot of bad soils down there, and how do you make sure they don't sink all the time? And that solution of using polystyrene blocks to my mind, was just number one, because as it sinks down into the water, it starts to float. So there's a point at which it balances and maintains the ramps up onto the structures. So engineering is it's a fun profession, and it's you get a lot of satisfaction out of it.
Okay. Thank you, Derek, and we'll see you guys in the next video. And
Okay.
please subscribe.